Hey Gemini, what's up gang? Hope everything is well. We're gonna go ahead and look at what door is opening up for you next, okay? So if that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That's gonna have all of the information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and just, where's the other one at? Let's go ahead and just jump right into this. If you have not been around for this kind of reading before, just really quickly, this is where we pull different doors. I have a deck, it's the Energy Oracle cards, and in this deck, there are different doors. We have the, we have the door to personal healing and happiness. We have the door to spirit. We have the door to romance, and we have the door to value. We also have the temple path because sometimes it's less about a door that's opening and it's more about a journey that you're about to go on. And then we also have the garden and the gate where maybe a door is opened or is opening, but you're still hesitant to kind of walk through it for whatever reason. And if that's the case, we need to talk about that. Okay. So we just kind of blindly select one. And yeah, we get the reading, right? Now for your intuitive message, before we even get started, we have the money that came out, okay? So I was like hella excited. I was like, okay, Gemini, right? Because the door to value could very well be opening for you, right? There could be some kind of prosperous period that's ahead for you. Maybe you're meant to have a lot of cash, or maybe you're meant to be wealthy. Maybe you've been somebody who struggled a majority of your life, and you are going to find that later in life, you actually accumulate some kind of wealth here for some of you. For others of you, it just feels like, yeah, cash is coming in, or there's something valuable. Money, I mean, it's money, right? We see it on the card, so it could very well be money, but it could also just be something valuable. So we're not gonna, you know, we're gonna keep it general, and we're just gonna see what comes out, all right? So let's get the door that you're gonna be going through next, Gemini. What door is Gemini gonna be going through next? We have the door to personal healing and happiness. Okay. I was kind of wondering if the door to value was going to come out, but I guess that would have been too easy, right? Card number 34. 4, 5, 6, 7, some kind of spiritual lesson that you've been through, or spiritual growth or healing. Maybe you've been doing some shadow work. Something like this has opened some kind of door to a personal healing and happiness. And this could be personal healing and happiness in regards to your financial situation, especially if you've been in lack mentality, or you had some kind of poverty mindset that you've been trying to heal. Perhaps there's been some kind of, debt or something you've been needing to pay off, or you're living check to check, or you're barely keeping your head above water here. It's like you're really trying hard to kind of maintain some kind of stability. I feel like just this door for me is just overall happiness, right? It's like good vibes. You know, we look in here, we see a damn dove flying off, right? We see a rainbow. There's a little waterfall, like lilies and stuff, little brook. What is that bird over there? A peacock, okay? Just looks really nice. It looks very inviting. So this overall is a pretty, you know, positive card. It kind of talks about maybe going into a very positive period, where you're going to be very happy. There could also be some healing that's taking place here. Okay, whether this is a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional healing, or all of the above, there's some healing that's taking place. And I guess guys, I'm sorry, I can't speak. Again, I feel like it's something to do with the spiritual lesson that you've learned. Like you did the work to get to this door. And it's interesting too, because when we look at this, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like vines and everything all over it. And it almost gives me the energy that if this door was shut, you wouldn't even see it, because there's all these vines that are in the way. It's like you had to find this. It's giving like Secret Garden vibes. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie or read that book or whatever, but it's an excellent movie. One of my favorites when I was growing up. I watched that thing like a million times. But anyways, yeah, there's something here where it's like secret, you know, or you had to go through your own healing process to actually unlock or open up this door. Like there's no way you would have found this door to personal healing or happiness had you not gone through what you went through. Okay. And maybe you just happen to stumble upon it too, because I'm kind of getting the energy of somebody like being like, what is that behind those vines? And like clearing it away, and then being like, oh my God, it's a door, right? There's something here about that. So maybe there's something a little unexpected about this door that's opening. Like maybe it doesn't feel like it's something that happened, like you were expecting perhaps. Okay, there's something there with that. Let's see. I want to use these cards, I think. Let's see what we have here. We're going to pull a whole bunch, so we'll see. What can you tell us about this door to personal healing and happiness that's opening for Gemini gang, please, Spirit? Could you please tell us about this door that's opening for them? This door to personal healing and happiness. Door to personal healing and happiness. Can you tell us about this door for Gemini? We have roots. It says healthy patterns, early growth, healing family cycles, chosen energy, and suppressed emotions. That's what I'm getting. And also on this card, there's like little mushrooms at the top, which is a very positive omen for me. Whenever I see mushrooms out in nature or in my yard or in my plants, it's like it's always a sign that there's abundance that's coming in. And it's abundance that it might feel very sporadic or spontaneous, but actually there's a divine design in regards to it, because mushrooms to sprout, there needs to be perfect conditions, right? Perfect humidity and heat and light, and the spores need to land in the right places. Like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes for a mushroom to just unexpectedly sprout up, okay? So there's something like that that could be happening here. I feel like you guys healed something deep within your ancestral like energy, and maybe you didn't even know you were doing this. Maybe you're just like, I don't know why I have this rejection wound, this abandonment wound, this addiction, right? This money mindset that depletes me, or this negative thinking, or whatever, right? Whatever this was, it's like you really worked on it, you know? And because of that, you develop some kind of healthy patterns, or there's early growth. So you know what I'm getting with the early growth? I'm feeling like something in your life is going to grow or happen or be successful earlier than what was projected. Okay. So maybe you're like, okay, well, I'll start this business and this is my 5-year plan. Okay. And in 5 years, I'm hoping that I'm making 50% profit, right? Or something like that. I don't know. Right. But actually in like a year's time, in 2 years time, you're making like 100% profit. And you're like, oh, wow, we're ahead of schedule. That's the kind of energy it's giving me. And it does feel like because you broke some kind of pattern. And I have talked about this a lot on this channel, about how for some of us in here, this is not for everybody, but for some of us, the path to our abundance is actually inward. Okay. How we are going to develop our wealth and how we're going to develop our financial security in our life is actually an inner journey. It's one through healing yourself. It is one about focusing on your suppressed emotions, focusing on the trauma that needs to be healed in your family line, because some of you are in chosen energy and that is part of your path while you're here. You know, you're not just one of these people that's like, not everybody on this planet has a purpose or a path. I don't really know. I don't know how all of that works. I don't pretend to have all the answers, right? But I know that there are some people that do have a very significant path and a very significant purpose, and it's different than other people. And those people don't really get much of a choice. Those people are kind of shoved into that energy or pushed into that energy, or fate, right? Can feel very cruel to those people where it's like, I didn't have a choice but to build myself up. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, right? I had to work for everything that I got. It's that kind of energy here. But this work or this struggle or whatever you went through, it was because you were meant to. It was because you were meant to heal something so you could find this growth or find this abundance through that. There's also something here about healing something before you're given something, right? So let's just say you have an addiction, or you have a gambling issue, or there's frivolousness, or maybe you're not very disciplined with your money, right? Like perhaps you're somebody who has had a lot of money and then you didn't make wise financial decisions and you lost all that money. Spirit's like, before I can bless you again, or before I can take you to the next level, you need to prove to not only me, but to yourself that you will be able to handle this next level, right? It's like, you know, it's like, and it's so unfortunate they're giving me this because I don't really like it, but it is what it is. It's like those stars that have issues with like drugs, right? And then they're given all this money and then also the hookup. So now it's just all so available to them. And it's like, because they didn't have that discipline and because they didn't curb that addiction before they were given this money, which can lead to further temptation, they go downhill fast. Yellow butterfly just flew past my window for confirmation for somebody. Okay. So it's like, Spirit's like, I don't want you to have this until you're ready to have it, because I don't want you to blow it, or I don't want you to make mistakes. I don't want you to fall down paths that you fall down before, right? There's something like that. That's what I was getting with this door to personal healing and happiness, like a door being covered up or hidden almost. is the energy coming through, and it was hidden on purpose. Okay, let's get another card out here. What do we have here for this door to personal healing and happiness? What does Gemini need to know about this, please? What do they, oh, Lord, acorns be falling. Okay? Like, they just be falling. I don't know what's up with these dang acorns, y'all. For real. Anyways, it scares me sometimes because it's just like, they go boom. So we have summer, expansion and growth. Happiness, longer days, and opportunity. And that came out with the buds. New beginnings, expansion on both of these cards, okay? Blooming energy, growth on both of these cards, and surprise. We're going to keep them as one because they came out together. Wouldn't want to separate them now, would we? There's something here where, yeah, you're going to see some kind of expansion and growth for sure. And I'm definitely getting a prosperous energy off of this. Definitely. You know, you've planted some kind of seed, you've put in some kind of work, there's roots that have formed, and now we're going to see growth. And that's the thing sometimes about plants, right? Those of you who grow plants, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can plant a seed, or you can, you know, have a plant that doesn't really look like it has a lot of growth, but then when you pull it out of the pot, it's completely root bound. So sometimes the growth is not always visible to us, basically, right? Like, growth can be done under the surface, okay? Under the dirt where we don't see it. And the growth on top doesn't look that impressive, but actually there's a very strong root system, and that could be something here for somebody, all right? In fact, some plants, you can chop them all the way back. Just chop everything off. And as long as you have a strong root system, it will regrow itself. So there's something here where, again, you had to do the internal work, or the root system was very important for your plant, which the plant would be you, your life, your path, your purpose, whatever this is. And you had to do that work so that way that when it sprouted, whatever, when it did that thing that's supposed to do, it would be impressive, basically, okay? But yeah, there's some kind of opportunity or expansion that's coming in. This is going to make you very happy. We see that, personal healing and happiness. It's like things are blooming or things are growing. There could also be some pleasant surprises here, too, you know, about this growth that's coming in. Let's get one more from this deck, please. Oh, thank you. We have the earth. It says peace and grounding, meditation, and chakra work. Yeah, there's an alignment that's taking place here, which makes a lot of sense because this is the door to personal healing, right? So maybe you needed some kind of hope to be revived or renewed within you. That's what I always think about with the rainbow. I can't help it. My Christian roots, I always think about God's promise not to flood the earth again, okay? So for me, that message is basically like, you know, bad things happen, but, you know, it doesn't mean it's the end, right? Like, there can still be hope. There can still be renewal. There can still be faith. And there's a promise here that something that you experienced before is not going to happen in the same way again. Doesn't mean you're never going to have hard times. Doesn't mean that you're never going to have, you know, stuff that you go through, right? But something in specific that happened to you that was bad, Spirit is almost promising that that will not happen again. Okay, you will not experience that exact situation again. So that is for somebody here, okay? We have the hearth here. It says safety, comfort, spiritual connection, spirit guides, memories, and ancestors. Yes, there's like an ancestral blessing that's coming through, possibly from you grounding yourself, or maybe working on yourself, energetically aligning yourself. You could be doing meditation, chakra work. You could be cleansing yourself, maybe saging or praying a lot, maybe journaling. There's something here where you're recalibrating your energy. And your ancestors, your spirit guides are extremely proud of you. And that's blessings are coming down your head because of that, okay? That's the energy I'm getting. Let's get another deck out here. I want to do all oracle today, okay? I think that's a good idea. Let's get some more out here. What does Gemini need to know about this? Okay. Door to personal healing and happiness. We have keep trying, card number 4. Y'all already know, right? This is somebody who was trying to find healing in everything and everyone besides themselves, but then had to realize that they were the ones that could heal themselves. They were the ones with the power to heal themselves. I feel like there's something that's happened here with your healing, and this is opening up this door. You have healed yourself, Gemini. You have not waited for somebody to come rescue you. You have not waited for somebody to come kiss your boo-boo and make it all better. It would be nice if somebody could. Lord, would it? Right? It would be really nice for somebody to come kiss your boo-boo and make it all better for you, but that's not how life has worked, at least not for you. So you had to be your own hero, right? You had to save yourself here. There's energy of that. And I feel like this has really done you well. I also feel like you have the ability to heal, not just yourself, but others. You have the ability to help people. You got a very healing hands, Gemini, or a very healing energy. I'm getting the energy of like the Midas touch for sure. So for some of you guys, like anything you touch turns to gold. So you got to be very discerning on what you touch, because not everybody deserves it, you know? That's just for somebody. Starfish could also be very significant for somebody. That could be one of your spirit totems. Starfish, when we talk about recognition, beauty, alluring energy, and just an energy of not really having to do the most. Like starfish really don't have to do that much or do the most to actually be admired, you know? So there's something there with that. Look, on the bottom of the deck, we have card number 15, immense growth. And this growth has not been a straight and narrow line. It's been an up and down process, okay? With that roller coaster. You've been on a roller coaster ride, and you're about to see this growth here. That's the door that's opening up. It's a very prosperous period. I'll be interested to see how the 2026 reading goes when we get there, because it feels like 2026 is going to be very prosperous for somebody out here. Or good times, happiness, like a lot more happiness than you felt in 2025. What do we have here? What does Gemini need to know in regards to this door to personal healing and happiness, Spirit? What does Gemini need to know? Okay, we have attract through glow, card number 18. Yeah, you're attracting some kind of abundance or expansion through your glow. Again, the inner work, you did the inner work. That is coming through so strongly, guys. It's coming through so strongly. The inner work that you've done has like raised your frequency or raised your vibration. And we know that your vibration is your energetic language. That's how you speak to everything, everyone, right? Like you ever like caught a vibe off somebody where you're like, okay, yeah, they're not in the mood today, you know? That's their energetic language speaking to you. Okay, so I feel like you've done something to like clear up your language, your energetic language, or make yourself more clear, or make yourself vibrate higher or brighter or something like that. And this is attracting things towards you. Okay, like a moth to the flame is what I heard. We just had a moth in one of the most recent readings. We picked up on moth energy. Yeah. Okay. Look, you are more. Card number 30. Okay, so when I see this card with the mountains and everything, it always makes me feel like more than the struggles. More than also like the things that have been fixed, right? Because mountains is very fixed energy, you know? And that's what I think of when I think of like these ancestral patterns that we need to kind of break free of. It's something that's very fixed. Like your dad did this, and his dad did this, and his dad did this, and his dad did, all the way back to the first dad did this, you know? And you're the one that breaks free. You're the one that goes, well, I don't have to do this, though. That's great that you guys all followed the same cycle, followed the same path, followed the same religion, followed the same, occupation, whatever, expectations. But I'm more. I can be more. I'm meant to be more. I'm the chosen one, right? That's what that chosen energy is. It's not about being better than anybody. It's about being brave enough to do the healing work and to step outside of the cycle. To recognize the cycle, first of all. Everybody in your family has some kind of addiction. That's one of my cycles in my families. Everybody has some kind of addiction. Everybody struggles with addiction, you know? And I've been one, pretty much sad to say, like the only one that really has worked on my addictions, where I don't smoke. I do not drink. I'm celibate. I'm not saying I was addicted to sex, but it was nice. You know, when I find something I like, I tend to do it a lot. Let's just say that, okay? So I've really worked on like disciplining myself. And so that's that energy. And it's not easy. Y'all know, shit, I don't have to tell you, this is your reading. You already know it is not easy to discipline yourself and to be the one at the party that doesn't have a drink and doesn't have fun and goes home and prays and goes to bed early instead of staying out and partying and getting laid. Like, it's not easy, okay? Let's just, anyways, what else do we have here? What does Gemini need to know about this door to personal healing and happiness? Nourishment while waiting, card number 5. And just for those that are wondering, I am far from perfect. I still got a lot of work to do. Anyways, shout out to my maid Geminis, okay? Nourishment while waiting. Yeah, there's something here where it's like you are being asked to continue to nourish yourself, continue to work on yourself, right? Seeing the bigger picture here, card number 19, focusing on that bigger picture of what you're trying to accomplish for your life or for your own personal path here while you're waiting. This card talks about a little hawk in his nest, and he's not ready to fly yet. But while he's waiting, his mom brings him off lots of nice little gifts, okay? That little mouse. Anyways, that's kind of morbid, but hey, right? That's the circle of life, okay? Anyways, yes, but there's nourishment here while you're waiting. So you're being prepped and prepared for even more is the energy that I'm getting here. Let's get one more. One more for Gemini gang. One more, okay. We have a prayer answered, card number 12. Wow. It's so interesting to me because it feels like for some of you guys, if you have been waiting, I don't know why I'm getting this, but if you've been waiting for something that could be coming through, like if you've been praying for something that is connected to your hardship with the buffalo energy or what you've been working on with the bee energy, it's like you're ready to receive something here. You're going to receive something. That's what's coming through. Also, if you've been praying for healing or if you've been praying to like have the strength to resist, you know, lower level energies, bad habits, whatever, I feel like you're getting strength through that prayer. So keep doing that, right? Yeah, there's been this energy of a big self-focus, card number 11, self-worth, love, value, respect. You're putting some respect on your name, Gemini. And because of that, people have to pay the price, right? You set the price for how much you're worth. Nobody else does, you know? People have to pay it or they don't. It's up to them. All right, let's get some more cards out here. What else do we need to know about this door to personal healing and happiness that's opening up for Gemini gang? The chalkboard, develop your destiny. Card number 37. Yes. Developing some kind of destiny here. Like it's like you developed this by doing this inner work. That's why this door opened. This door would have never opened had you not done what you did. We have card number 79. Somebody could have been born in 79. Tumbleweed, native spirit. Okay. Cafe 74, create your sacred space. Yes, I feel like some of you guys are connecting to your roots. We see that with the root card, but yeah, connecting to your ancestry, looking into it more, maybe doing some research or something like that. Maybe some of their rituals or their life, how they lived, or maybe the foods they ate or their daily practices. It's like you're learning about this and you're incorporating some of that in your life here. I also feel like spirit, for somebody out here, I'm getting the energy of like you're one of the OGs here. Like you're a very old soul, you know? You have, I'm getting the energy of somebody who's like you've reincarnated and then you've taken like centuries off. And then you've come back and then you'll take centuries off and then you'll come back or you'll go to different planets or different universes or whatever. Like I get the energy of like you are highly evolved for somebody out here. Even if this feels like it's your first and only life, right? And it's meant to feel that way. So, you know, but for some of you guys, you feel tired, right? Like you have this in your soul, like it's a tiredness, you know? Where it's like, here we go again type of energy. And that's because you are a very old soul. Maybe there's something that's going to happen that's going to make you feel young again or something. I don't know, that's for somebody. But creating a sacred space is important. Make sure that you're keeping your house clean. Make sure that you're keeping your space clean, your energy clean, right? We have card number 16, orange, creativity and vitality. Yeah, some of you guys could be getting inspiration to do something or to work on something, like you're suddenly passionate about something, and this could be bringing that spark that you needed in your life for some of you guys. Again, maybe your health is improving here with the door to personal healing, but the orange vitality is making me feel like you're feeling strong and like, you know, like, I don't know, like strong again, or there's a like strength, or there's an energy that's coming through. Maybe you're going to be feeling more energetic. Maybe you've been very like slow or sluggish or just not feeling very motivated. That's changing. There could be something here with your creativity or your confidence that's changing. Okay, for sure. We have card number 59, turquoise, spiritual empathy. I am getting the energy of somebody reverse aging here. Like you're looking younger, you're feeling younger as you're actually getting older, and that's that good energy. That's all that healing work that you've been doing. Yeah, spiritual empathy, okay? So there's an energy here of being able to feel others, being able to feel environments, animals, like their energy, their frequency. And there's something here about you learning better when it comes to like not taking that energy on, like you're learning about that. That's coming through very strongly. Also, turquoise, this isn't the color of turquoise to me, but I'm not the one that created this deck. For me, turquoise has a little bit more of a greener energy than this, but whatever. Turquoise could be significant. Maybe it's blue turquoise, because I know there is turquoise that's blue like that. Anyways, guys, that's not the point, okay? I just can be a stickler for details sometimes. But yes, turquoise could be significant. Okay, we have card number 12, Light Apricot, release your fears. Yeah, I feel like Spirit wants you to release any fears about stepping through this door. So maybe something's going to be presented to you. This could be a friendship, a relationship, a new opportunity, a new job, a new environment, maybe an opportunity to move or to do something new. Spirit's like, don't be afraid to walk through this door. This is going to bring a lot of happiness to you. You know? Yeah, anticipation and excitement on the bottom of the deck. Like something is going to be exciting. Something is... I don't know, I feel like there's excitement coming or there's happiness coming or like, you know, that's energy is giving me. We have card number 95, Poison Ivy, Deadly Sins. Yeah, you've let go of some kind of toxic energy. It's not affecting you anymore. Again, card number 37, Develop Your Destiny, Chalkboard. You know what's interesting about this? I feel like there was like a path, different paths that you could have gone down, you know, different choices that you could have made. And I feel like you're looking back now and you're seeing how your choices have etched out your path, your destiny, step by step, you know? Like maybe you could think back to that point of where it's like, man, if I would have, you know, been with this person, or if I would have, you know, went down this path or spent my money on this or did this, wow, my life could have went downhill, or I could have went in a completely different direction. It's like you're seeing how you developed your destiny and maybe how some of the things that you did, even if they weren't great, it still brought you to where you are now. And that's something to be grateful for, you know? That energy is coming through. Okay, I think this is going to be the last deck. I know this is like more of a shorter reading, but yeah, I think this is good. What do we have here for Gemini gang? For this door to personal healing and happiness? Any advice and additional messages when it comes to this? Okay. We have cleansing. Cleanse your mind and spirit and remove negative energy. So Spirit wants you to continue to do your healing work, to continue to cleanse out the energy, continue to focus on yourself here, okay? Continue to remove negative people, places, things, negative influences. It's interesting too because how the hands are up like this, it's giving the energy of receiving, okay? So maybe as you cleanse and make space in your energy, you're ready to receive more. That's coming through. Look, we have prosperity. Prosperity comes from hard work and a love for life. Exactly, guys. I feel very strongly that there's prosperity coming in. This is going to be a very abundant period that you're stepping into. Not just within yourself, but like within money as well. I know the whole reading didn't focus on money, but that's okay. Doesn't mean it's not coming, you know? We have hope. I love this card. Uh-oh, battery's low. Yeah, I love this card. Look at that. It's so pretty. It says, hope is the light in the darkness. Never extinguish it. Yeah, there's something here about you never losing hope, Gemini, or maybe that's the advice, to never lose hope. No matter how hard times get, no matter how rough it gets, no matter how dark it gets, right? Never lose hope, because hope is that light in the darkness, you know? What else do we have here for Gemini? We have acceptance. Look, it's literally a door, okay? In the door reading. I love when stuff like that happens. Accept others and yourself. Welcome new opportunities. That's what I was getting, guys. I feel like there's going to be new people, new things, or whatever that are being offered to you, new situations. And it's like, Spirit's like, don't close the door on these. Accept these things into your life. You deserve happiness. You deserve passion and love and fun and joy and laughter. You deserve all these things. So accept them in. Let them happen, you know? For some reason, I'm hearing from that movie. Oh my gosh, what is it? I think it's R.I.P.'d. R.I.P.D. about the cop that passes away and then he joins like the ghostly police force. But his partner always goes, relax body. So I don't know. There's something like that with like, relax your body and accept this. I don't know. That sounds creepy. But anyways, we have support. Seek support. You don't have to bear everything alone. Look, yeah, some of you guys might be finding your pack. Okay? Like, you might be finding people who can really be there for you, and not that they have to or that they need to or that you need them or anything like that. I know I'm talking to some hyper independent people and I need to tread very lightly. Okay, but it's like, it would be nice to have some people to howl at the moon with, right? Just saying. Okay, there's something here about meeting new people and not having to do everything alone, Gemini. Okay, we have grace. Grace is the universe's blessing. Open your heart to receive it. So maybe you're going to be giving grace or giving grace. Take it as it resonates. All right, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps. Hope it resonates. Hope it does something. And I will see you guys in the next one.